Welcome, dear listener. Tonight, we will take a slow and peaceful walk through a world that existed thousands of years ago. Imagine yourself on the warm banks of the Nile, the soft, golden light of sunrise spilling over the water, the river moving gently with quiet ripples. This is ancient Egypt, a land of sandy deserts and fertile riverbanks, of bustling villages and grand temples, of people whose lives were shaped by the rhythm of the sun and the river. In this calm hour together, we will explore the daily life of the people who walked these lands. We will see what they ate, how they worked, how they dressed, how they celebrated, and how they found small comforts in their days. So, settle into a comfortable position. Allow your body to sink into relaxation and let your mind drift back in time with me. As the morning light touches the village, the day begins for many families. Imagine small mud brick houses with flat roofs, their walls glowing softly under the sun. Inside, the air smells faintly of baked bread, fresh clay, and the faint scent of herbs hung to dry. Families stirred gently, the children yawning and rubbing their eyes. Women sweep the floors, arrange small altars for daily prayers, and prepare simple meals. Men head toward the fields or workshops, their sandals brushing softly against the warm earth. Life is simple, but it flows with a gentle rhythm that comforts the soul. Let us take a slow walk through these homes and notice the quiet, steady patterns of life. Food was at the heart of every household. Picture small hearths where bread rises slowly, filling the air with a warm, comforting aroma. Egyptians ate mostly bread made from emmer wheat, sometimes coarse, sometimes soft, depending on the skill of the baker. Alongside bread, they enjoyed vegetables like onions, leeks, garlic, beans, and lentils. Fish from the Nile was a common source of protein, and in special times, people would enjoy meat from goats, cows, or birds. Meals were shared quietly, seated on mats, families speaking softly, savoring each bite. Imagine the warmth of bread in your hands, the soft chatter of a family, and the gentle sun spilling through the open doorway. Food was simple, nourishing, and a small pleasure in daily life. Work shaped much of the day. Picture men walking toward the fields, their hands skilled from years of tending the land. Farmers cultivated wheat, barley, and vegetables, carefully using irrigation channels fed by the Nile. Women might gather flax for weaving or tend small gardens close to the house. Craftsmen shaped clay into pots, carved stone, or wove fine linen. Each task was performed slowly and carefully, passed down through generations. Even work held its quiet poetry. The rhythm of pounding clay, the soft scrape of a chisel, the gentle rustle of reeds in the wind. Imagine yourself walking slowly alongside them, feeling the sun warm your skin, hearing the distant, soft sounds of activity, and sensing the calm order of life. Religion and spirituality were a quiet thread woven through each day. Imagine the faint scent of incense curling through the air as villagers offer small prayers to Ra, Isis, Osiris, and the many other gods who guided life. Temples rise proudly, their columns cool and smooth under the sun. Priests move slowly through their rituals, their voices measured, a soft chant echoing in stone halls. Families keep small shrines in their homes, offering a piece of bread or a little beer, saying a prayer for protection and gratitude. Festivals brought the community together, filled with slow, joyful music, gentle dancing, and quiet laughter. Imagine walking through a temple courtyard, the warm stone beneath your feet, the soft voice of a priest chanting, the scent of flowers and incense floating in the air. Life was calm, and the gods were ever-present companions in the daily rhythm of the people. Family life was tender and filled with care. Children played with simple clay toys or carved dolls, learning through imitation and gentle instruction. Mothers taught cooking, sweeping, and the careful carrying of water. Fathers shared stories of the gods, of ancestors, and of the great Nile that nourished them all. Life moved slowly, day by day, following a steady rhythm that gave comfort and predictability. Imagine a quiet evening, a family gathered by the hearth, children dozing with small toys clutched in their hands, the firelight flickering softly on mud, brick walls, the murmur of conversation fading into the calm of night. Clothing was simple, but suited to the climate. Men wore light linen kilts, women long, flowing dresses, and children often ran barefoot through sand and grass. Jewelry was modest, beads, amulets, and small charms to honor the gods and bring protection. In the heat of summer, linen kept them cool. In cooler nights, shawls and wraps provided comfort. Imagine touching the smooth, soft fabric, feeling the care in each weave, noticing the gentle beauty of the simple garments. Clothes, like many parts of life, were practical, calming, and quietly beautiful. Entertainment and relaxation were gentle, simple joys. Music drifted softly through villages, played on flutes, lyres, and percussion instruments. Storytelling was common in the evening, sharing tales of gods, ancestors, and the adventures of past heroes. Dances were slow and flowing, a celebration of life without hurry or loudness. Imagine sitting by the riverbank as the sun sets, hearing soft songs, seeing graceful dancers, feeling the cool evening breeze on your face. Evenings were for rest, reflection, and small pleasures, moments to savor quietly before sleep. Life along the Nile offered other moments of calm and reflection. Fishermen drifted slowly in small boats, nets dipping gently into the water, the river reflecting the pink and gold of sunset. Farmers walked along irrigation channels, checking the slow flow of water, listening to the soft murmur of the river. Children might collect reeds or watch birds as they returned to their nests. Even travel along the Nile was peaceful, a slow rhythm that mirrored the gentle flow of the river itself. Imagine drifting in a small boat, the water lapping softly, the sky painted in muted colors, and the world holding a quiet, steady breath. Markets and trade were lively yet subdued in tone. Imagine a marketplace with narrow lanes, vendors softly calling out their wares. Baskets of dates, onions, and beans lined the paths, clay pots and linen cloths displayed neatly. People exchanged goods and shared stories, always with calm voices and friendly gestures. The scent of fresh bread mingled with herbs, fish, and the faint perfume of oils. Even in trade, life was orderly, rhythmic, a steady hum rather than a rush. Imagine wandering slowly through such a market, the textures, smells, and soft voices surrounding you like a comforting blanket. As the day unfolds, the village hums softly with the rhythm of labor. Farmers bend over the earth, their movements slow and sure, guided by habit and sunlight. The air carries the scent of damp soil and warm grain. Somewhere nearby, the faint sound of a wooden wheel turning fills the silence. Irrigation channels feeding life into green patches of land. Each drop of water, each handful of soil, is a prayer to the Nile. In the workshop, craftsmen sit cross-legged, carving, shaping, and painting. One man smooths the surface of a small statue, another mixes pigments made of crushed minerals. Blue from lapis, red from ochre, black from soot. The colors glimmer faintly under filtered sunlight. Every motion feels timeless, like part of an unbroken thread stretching through centuries. Along the riverbank, women kneel by the water, washing clothes with quiet rhythm. The fabric moves gently in their hands, the water sparkling around them. Birds circle overhead, their cries distant and faint. The breeze carries a coolness from the river, a momentary relief from the sun's slow warmth. Children laugh softly nearby, their games simple yet full of wonder. One carves small boats from papyrus stems, another chases a rolling hoop along the dust. Their laughter echoes gently across the sand, but fades quickly, swallowed by the stillness of the air. Childhood here is peaceful, guided by rhythm, repetition, and the safety of routine. As the afternoon sun climbs higher, the light deepens to gold. Shadows lengthen across temple walls. Inside, the air feels cooler, scented faintly with resin and old incense. Priests move slowly, their white linen robes whispering as they walk. A single ray of sunlight falls across carved hieroglyphs, illuminating the faces of the gods. In the quiet corners of homes, small altars glow with offerings. A few grains of barley, a small clay cup of beer, a flower from the riverbank. These tokens speak of gratitude, of connection, of faith woven seamlessly into life. Every act, every gesture is deliberate and calm, performed not in haste, but in quiet devotion. The heat of the day begins to soften. In the shade of palm trees, men rest, their voices low and unhurried. They share stories of harvests, of families, of the river's moods. Laughter rises occasionally, not sharp or loud, but like the gentle murmur of ripples meeting stone. In another corner, women grind wheat on flat stones, the rhythmic sound merging with distant bird calls. Dust rises softly, catching the afternoon light. Nearby, a pot simmers over a small flame. The smell of lentils, garlic, and herbs filling the air. The village breathes together in harmony. Evening begins to settle slowly, like silk spreading across the land. The color of the Nile shifts from gold to deep blue. Fishermen glide over the still surface, their oars dipping quietly. Nets are drawn in with soft splashes, the day's simple work almost done. Lanterns flicker to life one by one. Small oil lamps glow in doorways, their flames steady against the dusk. The village takes on a golden warmth. Shadows move gently along walls. Somewhere, a child hums a lullaby. Somewhere else, a mother whispers a prayer. The air feels full, yet utterly calm. The sun sinks lower, painting the desert in shades of amber and rose. The sound of cicadas rises softly, blending with the rhythmic splash of oars from far across the river. the world begins to cool. Long shadows stretch like threads over the sand, and the air feels still, almost sacred. Families return from their work. Farmers brush the dust from their legs. Children carry baskets of reeds or small bundles of firewood. The scent of earth and river water lingers in the air. In every home, small fires begin to glow, their smoke curling lazily upward into the fading light. A woman kneels beside a small clay oven, turning flat rounds of dough. The bread rises gently, its edges golden. The smell fills the air, warm, familiar, and comforting. A child sits nearby, eyes heavy with drowsiness, watching the flames dance. In the courtyard, a father repairs a fishing net by hand. His fingers move slowly, patiently, as the light fades. Each knot is precise, each motion calm. Behind him, his family prepares bowls of food: bread, lentils, onions, and figs. The simplicity of the meal feels sacred, a celebration of daily life. Somewhere in the distance, temple bells sound softly. The notes drift through the warm air like a gentle memory. A few villagers pause, looking toward the horizon. The river reflects the first stars, and night begins to settle gently over the land. Inside the homes, oil lamps flicker, their flames steady and golden. The walls glow faintly. Shadows move with grace, quiet, rhythmic. The hum of voices lowers. Conversations slow to whispers. Children curl beside their mothers, the smell of oil and clay mingling in the air. Near the temple, priests continue their evening rituals. They walk slowly between tall columns, torches in hand. The carvings of gods shimmer softly in the light. Horus, Isis, Osiris, their faces calm and eternal. The priests chant in low tones, ancient words that rise and fall like the Nile itself. A soft breeze passes through the open courtyard, carrying the faint scent of lotus and myrrh. The night sky deepens, a velvet expanse scattered with silver stars. The moon rises slowly, its reflection stretching across the dark water like a quiet thought. A family gathers near the doorway of their home, sharing the last bites of their meal. They speak softly about tomorrow, the fields, the harvest, the small joys ahead. Their laughter is gentle, their silence is long. Even the pauses between words feel peaceful. Beyond the village, the fields shimmer faintly in moonlight. A few figures walk the paths with lamps, their light small and golden against the vast dark. The irrigation channels glimmer like silver threads. The world feels alive yet utterly still. In a small hut near the edge of the village, an old man sits alone. He polishes a carved amulet, whispering a prayer to the gods. His face is calm, lined with years and wisdom. Outside, the wind sighs softly through the reeds. He smiles faintly, content in the quiet. Children dream beneath woven mats, clutching small toys of clay and wood. Their breaths are steady and deep. The fire near the hearth glows low, its embers breathing faint light onto the walls. The night wraps around them like a blanket. The Nile moves slowly under the stars. The surface mirrors the heavens, black and silver, infinite and calm. A lone boat drifts across the water, its lantern swaying gently. Each ripple fades into silence. Far above, constellations known to the Egyptians, Orion, Sirius, begin their slow journey across the night sky. These were not distant lights, but divine presences. The people believed their gods sailed among the stars, guiding both heaven and earth. A group of villagers gathers quietly near the water, offering thanks for the day. They pour small cups of beer into the river, a humble gift to the gods. Their voices blend in soft harmony, rising and falling like the current itself. Back in the temple, torches are extinguished one by one. The great hall grows darker until only moonlight touches the carved walls. The air feels thick with incense, with prayer, with memory. Time seems to pause here, eternal, serene, untouched. The night deepens. Even the insects quiet their song. From the dunes beyond the village, the faint cry of a desert bird echoes once, then fades. The sand glows faintly under the moon, smooth and endless. In one home, a mother hums softly to her child. The melody is ancient, perhaps sung for centuries. Gentle and repetitive, a thread of calm through time. The baby's breathing slows, eyes flutter closed, and peace settles like dust after rain. A faint breeze enters through open doors, stirring the linen curtains. Lamps flicker once, then steady. The village lies wrapped in moonlight, the smell of earth and baked clay mingling with cool air. All is quiet. The Nile glows faintly in the distance, a ribbon of life winding through shadow. The gods above, the people below, the river between. All bound in stillness, all breathing in rhythm. Night in ancient Egypt has fully arrived, calm, sacred, and eternal. The night has grown quiet and full. Stars drift slowly above the horizon, their light trembling faintly on the river. The sound of water against the shore is soft and steady, a rhythm that feels as old as time itself. Somewhere, a temple cat walks gracefully through the shadows, its eyes catching the silver of the moon. It pauses, listens, and disappears again into the stillness. The world breathes in harmony. The living, the river, the gods. Inside the village, lamps grow dim. One by one, they flicker out. The last glow from a window fades like a sigh. The smell of smoke lingers in the air, warm and comforting, like the memory of the day. The desert wind moves softly over the dunes, carrying whispers of sand. The sky above feels infinite, a calm dome of quiet blue, black. The moon, high and steady, bathes the land in gentle silver. In a distant courtyard, a priest kneels in prayer. His words are slow, measured, steady, a hymn of gratitude for the Nile, for the harvest, for the stars that keep watch. The flicker of his torch paints slow, moving shadows on carved stone. The carvings themselves seem to breathe in the dim light. Scenes of gods and people, of harvests and offerings, tell stories in silence. They have seen countless nights like this, quiet, sacred, eternal. Out on the water, the fisherman rests his oars. His boat drifts gently, the stars mirrored perfectly below him. The air smells faintly of lotus and river reeds. He closes his eyes and listens to the slow heartbeat of the Nile. Farther downstream, crocodiles rest near the shallows, motionless, ancient. Birds sleep in the reeds, heads tucked beneath their wings. Even the wind seems to move with care, as if not to disturb the stillness. In one quiet home, a woman sits beside her sleeping child, gently weaving a small piece of linen by lamplight. Her hands move slowly, rhythmically, like the flow of the river outside. Her mind drifts with memory, gratitude, and peace. Time loses meaning in such calm. The stars, the river, the silence, they blend into one endless moment. Every sound softens, every thought fades. The world seems to rest together in one shared dream. The gods, too, watch over the sleeping land. Ra sails his bark beneath the horizon, bringing light to the unseen world. Osiris keeps watch over the fields of the afterlife, where the souls of the good walk forever in peace. The people of Egypt believed that each night was a journey, not of fear, but of trust. The sun would disappear, only to rise again. Life, too, was a cycle of work and rest, light and dark, wakefulness and sleep. Imagine standing once more by the river, the night air cool on your skin. You hear only the faint murmur of water and the gentle rustle of reeds. The stars shimmer above, reflections of the gods' eyes, watching kindly over you. The earth feels alive, yet utterly still. It holds centuries of quiet dreams, of farmers, mothers, children, priests, all breathing the same air, seeing the same stars, trusting the same river. The moon drifts higher, pale and calm. Its light spills through open doorways and temple gates, painting everything in shades of silver and blue. In this soft glow, time itself feels like it has slowed to a whisper. The old man by the river finally lies back, resting his head on a woven mat. He smiles faintly, his face touched by moonlight. His heart is steady, his mind at peace. Around him, the world sleeps. The gods of Egypt, carved in stone and painted on walls, seem to dream too. Their faces serene, their eyes half closed. The silence of eternity hums softly in the night air. The river glimmers one last time before it fades into shadow. The sky deepens to near black, dotted with starlight. The hum of life becomes softer, slower, until only the sound of your own breathing remains. As you rest, imagine that same calm, the rhythm of the Nile flowing through your thoughts, washing away the noise of the day. Each breath slower, each heartbeat softer. The peace of ancient Egypt surrounds you. The night is complete. The stars keep their quiet watch. The Nile flows endlessly. And you, like the people of this gentle land, drift into sleep, safe beneath the eternal sky. Good night.